Glad you're streaming with us. Well, it's been less than a week, and Alabama's frozen embryo ruling is already having a devastating effect on patients and IVF treatments. Multiple medical providers are now freezing operations due to legal concerns, and it's crushing the dreams of couples so desperately seeking a family. Our Elizabeth Schulze is in Moody, Alabama, right there near Birmingham, with more. So, Elizabeth, you have been speaking to women directly impacted by this ruling. What are they telling you?
You know, Karen, we're in Moody, Alabama, because we just spoke with a family here who had been going through years of fertility treatments. They are so desperate to have a child, Kira. More than 6 years they've been trying to get pregnant, recently had a miscarriage, and they were about to start IVF treatments at a facility just near here, and they were devastated to find out that those treatments are now on pause. This is, of course, because of that Supreme Court ruling that essentially makes doctors at these clinics liable for wrongful death because those embryos that are frozen are considered children. Doctors tell us they just cannot take on that risk. So the families that we're talking to, Kira, are really left in limbo. They are frustrated. As you know, IVF is a process that is down to a science. The timing is so critical in this, and now the whole timeline is thrown into question. I want to play you a soundbite from Tori Beasley. She's a woman we spoke with. She was scheduled to have an embryo transfer on March 4th. That date has now been postponed, and I asked, are you considering trying to go through this process somewhere else? Here's how she talked. Here's what she said. Does it at all make you second guess having your family, your fertility plan here in Alabama?
I mean, I don't know if I have another choice. It's expensive, and realistically, we wouldn't be able to just say, oh, let's up and go to this place.
It's such a deeply personal issue for so many people, and the fact is, even if they are trying to think of, okay, what is my plan B, what is my plan C, this is home. This is what families are telling us. The cost is so immense, and really they don't have a lot of other options. This is a last resort, and it is hard for them to feel that they are in the middle now of what this decision has been made by the court, that their care is in the hands of the courts and not of their doctors.
So let me ask you a question just to follow up on what Tori Beasley said to you, because you and I have talked about this. I went through IVF because of my kids. You know, I had frozen embryos. I mean, the whole deal here. And I reached out to my doctors, and they said that their clinics are now getting, they're basically their phones are ringing off the hook because patients are wanting to go to see them now for treatment. So could this even be an option for Tori? And what's Tori's doctor saying to her?
You know, we've asked doctors if it's an option for patients to transfer their embryos elsewhere, and they don't know. I mean, the problem is you don't know if you are legally liable. What if something happens to them in that process? And I will say, Kira, we are getting word that some of the shipping companies that move embryos are actually stopping to do that because they don't want to be liable either. So there are so many ripple effects of this decision that, frankly, when you read the decision from the Supreme Court, this is not laid out. The decision itself was laced in this idea that children and frozen embryos are children, and in a concurring opinion, a lot of religion was invoked, but not a lot of science, and that's left these doctors with enormous questions about what to tell their patients on whether they can even do that or not.
Right. And if you look at the science, a frozen embryo is not a child. It's really frustrating. Elizabeth Schulze, I'm just so glad you're on this story and you're talking to the patients that are being impacted right now.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.